Doing it for my granddad's rocking chair today. I mean, it's not actually my granddad's, but it's a nice one. Let's just wait for a few people to get online. Right, so shortly we will have Matt Nicholls from Bring Me the Horizon joining us. So I hope you've got your questions ready, because this is going to be a good one. I feel very relaxed in this one. I got my cup of tea ready. Right then. Let me just see if Matt's online, which he is. Here. Waiting for Mickey Pickles. Hey!
Ian Buff.
How you doing, man?
All right, mate.
Good, good. So, I mean, there's going to be loads of people on here who are going to want to ask you questions, obviously, because it's you.
Oh yeah.
But so let's get the drum geeky stuff out of the way first. First question from me: why Tama?
Because they're the best.
Almost like it was scripted.
Oh yeah, God. No, I mean, I'm sat on my drums now. It's a Star Classic, what I've had since about 2008, and I just loved it. And yeah, so for me it was a no-brainer when I was thinking about going to a new drum company. So I was with SJC drums for a minute, and then I just wanted to have a change. I fancied a change, just something different, you know. And then Tama for me were the first, well, the go-to. So yeah, that was that really, because they're the best.
So you've been with us for about, I guess, nearly coming up 3 years now. Before you started recording your album Armour.
Yep.
What is your kit? Just remind me. I know what it is, but you know, just remind me what your kit is.
It is a Star Classic Babinga in Champagne Sparkle.
Is it Champagne Sparkle?
Pretty much it was. Well,
it was originally, but that was my mistake.
Oh, it's pink Champagne Sparkle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ordered me the wrong kit.
Yeah, that first experience went swimmingly, didn't it?
Yeah, it did actually. But you were all like, "Oh, come and check it out! Come and check it out! The finish is so nice. It's brilliant." And I went down and I was like, "It's not even the right fucking finish." So.
Okay, let's not broadcast that. Let's not broadcast that. So what are you doing now?
You know what? I've just jet washed my patio, and as you do, you know, in isolation. But yeah, I'm grabbing that bull by both horns, so to speak, and I'm getting some stuff done around my house. What I've been putting off for about 3 years. So I've just going to have to wash my face as well because I was just covered in sludge and shit. So yeah, I've just been doing that all day, mate. Took my dog out. That was my allowance for the day.
Yeah, did you take Chloe with you? Was she at least 2 meters
Yeah,
apart?
I did actually. But I had to do some shopping as well because my dad's got pretty bad heart disease and he's a high risk. He got a text from the NHS saying he needed to be in the house for like 12 weeks, basically.
Oh,
so
man.
It's pretty serious. My dad, he's got a bad ticker, so I had to go to Morrison's. And I went with like a mask on and like gloves and dropped it off on his front garden and he waved at me from the window. It was pretty weird, man.
Oh man, yeah.
Gotta be done on it, you know what I mean? I think we need to just take their advice and do this properly, and the sooner we crack on and come together, the sooner it'll bugger off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. Did you see the tubes this morning? People just aren't doing it, man. So
I know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Even when I'm in Morrison, some people were like, I don't know if they're just not thinking right, you know, when they get, because I get a bit paranoid about it, you know what I mean? And people like mad close to me, and I'm like, yo, but I don't know, mate. I don't know. No excuse for it.
Okay, right. Let's get into some questions. This is a question from Michael Pakpahan. Why Matt Nicholls not using China cymbal anymore?
You know what? That's funny you should say that, because this new stuff we're writing with Bring Me, we've been using China cymbal. So yeah, it might be coming back. You know what I mean? But I just think it was. We stopped kind of making that kind of music, like with the heavy breakdowns and stuff like that. And then I just moved onto a trash crash, which is for me is like halfway between a China cymbal and a crash cymbal. Yeah. You still get that kind of like fast decay, what you do with the China cymbal, but to me it's a bit more musical. So I've been using two of them actually, and they sound really good. But yeah, I think this, like I said, this new Bring Me stuff, what we were writing, we've had to stop now because of the full-on lockdown. But what we were writing, we've been using it again. So yeah, you never know.
So are you guys still finding like, I know you've got a kit at home. Are you guys still finding a way to keep things going? I mean, I know you had a load of dates that have unfortunately had to be sort of either cancelled or postponed. But
yeah,
like,
they haven't pulled the trigger on them yet. It's like our festivals, we've got European festivals all summer, you know, and I just think they're all going to go in bin. You know what I mean? It's a weird time that what we're happening. You know what I mean? And we kind of wanted to get stuck back into writing, and we did. And we got a bunch of demos. It was starting to sound really cool, and then obviously we feel like we had to do the right thing, and we had to do what everyone else was doing, and that's isolate ourselves from each other, you know, for everyone's benefit, really. So it's just one of them weird things, man. We don't really know what's happening because we don't know how long this is going to be going on for. But as of now, everything I think is pretty much in the air.
It is. You're absolutely right. And there's a guy who's asked a question on here about your hi-hat pedal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? You've asked that question, really, and no one's asked that. It's you. You've been like, I need to tell people about this hi-hat.
No. If I scroll back, the guy asked about your pedals, your pedal setup. So,
all right, yeah. Well, I always used to use two hi-hats because I needed to play in the same song. I played stuff on a double pedal, which I needed to play on a closed hat. And usually I just use a drop clutch, but because I needed to play open and closed in the same song, and it was just a faff, so I just started using two hi-hats. But and then I used to like have them like next to each other, like just next to each other.
Yeah, one kind of higher, one lower, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then I decided to get a hydraulic hi-hat, and I put it on the right-hand side so I could play a bit more open as well, so I could lay into it a bit more. And then, yeah, I wanted all my pedals to match because I'm a bit like OCD with like things having to look the same and stuff like that. So the kind people at Tama made me a Speed Cobra pedal hi-hat, hydraulic hi-hat. So I think am I the only person to have
You
that?
are. You are the only person in the world that's got one of them.
Well, there you go. That's what Tama does for you. Go the extra mile.
Hey, actually, that's a good question because I'll tell you what, this is something I've never asked you. How did you find going? Obviously, you used to play both hi-hats on one side, one higher, one lower, like you just said. Yeah. How did you find switching to playing open rather than relying on it being right next to you?
It was just, I don't know, it's just a natural thing, I guess. I mean, I used to play a lot on a crash ride, so I'm used to just like pumping away over this side, you know what I mean? So for me, it was just kind of natural to just play over there as well, you know what I mean? I've always, like I said, just whacked a crash cymbal for most things, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was just used to it, yeah.
Just laying into them cymbals.
That's it.
Good lad. Right, there's a question here. Tino Dodino. What age did you start playing drums?
I started playing properly maybe when I just before I turned 18. I had a drum kit when I was a kid. My parents got divorced, and they remortgaged the house, and my dad was like, "You can have one present. What do you want?" And for some reason, I just said a drum kit. And I think my dad mentioned to me to make a good drummer because I had a lot of energy as a kid. I had ADD, and I was always everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. You know what I mean? So I was like, "I want a drum kit." So we went to like the market in Rotherham, where I'm from, and we just. It was just like a cheap basic drum kit. It cost like £250, And so I had that, and that was at my dad's house, but I lived at my mum's, so I never really took it seriously. And then when I got to college, I got asked to be in a band, even though I could barely play drums. I didn't know what I was doing. And me being me, I was like, yeah, sounds cool. So started playing with a couple of lads from college, did like a couple of gigs, and then it was just for fun, really. It wasn't anything serious. And then I started Bring Me with Ollie and Lee.
But so you three were the founders of Bring Me, were you?
Yeah, but I mean, I knew Ollie just from knocking about and just going to gigs and stuff in Sheffield and hanging out and that. And when I went to college, I met Lee and our first guitar player, Curtis, and they played in like a Metallica cover band, so they both knew how to play, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, these two kids are sick guitar players. And I just said to Ollie one day, I was like, do you want to start a band? I know these two kids that play guitar, play them well. And he was like, yeah.
Not knowing what it was going to become, he's like, yeah, start a band.
Yeah.
It'll end up being one of the best bands in the world, so.
It was just fun, you know what I mean? Like, we were just bored kids. We were just, didn't have anything else better to do, do you know what I mean? So that's what you did back then. I'm sure there's still a lot of people that do the same shit, you know what I mean? But we live in a world where people expect things like instantly when they watch programs like whatever's on telly nowadays and all these talent shows and that, it's all the bollocks, you know what I mean? We never had a plan and we never had a direction. We just rode the wave, and we're still riding the wave, so to speak, you know what I mean? And it just so happened that we did all right. So,
you did very all right. Those records behind you prove that.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Some good
so
there's I'm in my drum room. I've got loads of shit in here.
Is it? Give us a spin round then.
All right, hold on. I'm on my drums. This is my original starter pick.
Oosh.
Yeah, and I've got the G maple.
Oh, that's cranked. That sounds lovely.
Oh, it's got to be cranked on it. All right, where am I looking? That's a plant. This is. I think that's silver. That's silver. Yeah, in America. That one. That one is gold. Where's that one? Is that? I can't remember.
Amazing.
Oh, that's America. Yeah, that's America. That's 1 million sales for. That's a Spirit. These are tour posters. Some old ones there. That's platinum, Australia.
How many sales is that, platinum, then?
In Australia, it's probably about 4 or something like that. These are just tour posters, like dates from. This is like from the album. There are all the dates we played.
Look at that tour, 2010 to 2011. So, like, almost an entire year's tour.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we did. That's what we started the band for. You know what I mean? It was just a tour, and that's what it were. And that's the Spirit tour. All them dates. That's platinum for Sempiternal Australia. That's the Spirit Gold UK, Gold Australia. I think that one's Gold America. You know. Yeah, that's Gold America. That is Gold Australia. Australia do the best ones, by the way. This one's fucking wicked. So is that one. That's Gold UK, Sempiternal. And this is Platinum. That's the Spirit UK. And yeah, so there's quite a few things. And there's some other shit here, like some awards and that. This is what you get when you don't win a Grammy. They give you like a runners-up medal.
Do they really? Is that what it is?
That's what that is.
Amazing.
And yeah, like Krang Awards. But yeah, this is my drum room. My kit. I've still got these Gen 16s. I need to get some low volumes, but they do the trick, you know what I mean? And then, so yeah, that's it, really.
Nice. And then, so there's a guy who's asked a question. So you've just shown us a load of those awards, but which was your favourite record to do?
Oh, they're all good. They're all, I mean, the first time we ever recorded was just mad stressful. For me, it's like, so I never learned to play to a click. I never really knew what I was doing, you know what I mean? Like, so I had to play to a metronome, and I was just so frustrated the shit out of me. It took me like a week to get one track, because I just couldn't get the hang of the metronome. I was like, because I was young and I was like way out of my depth. I didn't know what I was doing, and yeah, that was stressful. But they are stressful. They can be stressful times. You know what I mean? It can be hard work, but you just want to, it's because you want to get it perfect. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I've had fun doing them all. I mean, That's the Spirit was good because we lived in Santorini for 2 months. And yeah, so we was like on an island in the sun for 2 months, just us lot. We recorded ourselves, produced ourselves. So it was just us lot. I mean, we just have a laugh, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, it was fun. LA was fun when we did the last record. I'd say Santorini was probably the best. That's the Spirit.
Nice. And so if you obviously you're in a very, very fortunate position where, you know, you do this as a living and it does very well for you. You're a lovely lad, and you know it makes working with pleasure, man. Well, mate, I said this to Dean from Good Charlotte yesterday. It makes life and a job so much easier when you get on with the people that you work with in this sort of, and like I said to you before, it's become less of a, you know, rep artist thing and more of a friendly sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So if just thinking about your career, if you had to give one bit of advice to someone who's looking to become an artist endorsed by a brand like us, what would you say?
I'd say just stay true to yourself. I mean, it probably sounds kind of like cliche or a bit cheesy or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's like I was saying earlier, I think a lot of people nowadays see people online and they want what they've got instantly, you know what I mean? Whereas these people probably put a lot of work into what they're doing, and I think if you just as long as your heart's in the right place and you're doing things for all the right reasons, then just go with it, you know what I mean? Don't worry about becoming like the biggest drummer and the biggest band or anything like that, because I never bothered with any of that shit, you know what I mean? I just did it because it was fun. Like I never had an aspiration to be a famous drummer or anything like that, you know what I mean? Honestly, it's just a ride at the end of the day, and you've just got to ride the wave, you know what I mean?
Ride the wave, brother.
Don't worry about shit. Don't worry about being, like I was saying, being the biggest or the best. Just enjoy yourself, and that's all that matters, really. That's as long as you're having a good time, then you can't go wrong. So yeah, just enjoy it. Just have fun.
You're right, man. And there is a lot of people that these days they get this picture of what they want to be, and they want it like overnight. So
yeah.
when you were back in the day, how long was it before, you know, how much work did you have to put in before you guys got your first kind of big break?
I don't.
No, you can't just say that. Now you can't say it's about a week.
Nah, longer than that. Trust me. It was weird. It was like it's always been like a gradual thing for Bring Me. It's never been like we've never just been like a little band and then all of a sudden like, poof, you know what I mean? I think it's always our hard work's always like paid off for us, like step by step. It's been like a little upward trajectory, or you know what I mean? So it's like we started off just playing in pubs and playing like DIY hardcore shows and playing shows where we didn't fit in and stuff like that. But we didn't give a shit. We just wanted to play, and that's all we started the band for, is to play basically. And but it's yeah, no one's ever, everything we've got, we've worked hard for ourselves, off our own back, you know what I mean? We still call all the shots in our band, we design all the merch, all we do is the videos, we write everything ourselves, and that's the way it should be, you know what I mean? It's organic, and so I don't think we have ever really got a big break. We've just stuck to our guns and done our own thing, and it's paid off for us, I guess.
It's probably also why you guys are very, very consistently delivering, and your shows I think your shows are probably the best shows I've ever been to, and I'm not just saying that because we're on now. They are unbelievable, and I think you keep hold of that crowd by the bollocks. Do you know what I mean? You get them from the word go, and they are in the palm of your hands for the whole show. That's
it. That's what we've always done. You know what I mean? We've always wanted to put on shows like that, and we've always loved crowd like participation on our shows. I think that we're very fortunate that we've got a front man that, you know what I mean, he can say and do what he wants, and he's got the crowd eating out of palm of his hand, you know what I mean? He knows how to work a crowd, and he always has done, even from when we were playing like 50 cap venues and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, so it's just part of our show, man. It's just, yeah, getting them, the crowd motivated and that, because I think when you're playing live, we buzz off the crowd's energy just as much as they buzz off ours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show's a 50-50 thing. You can't go on stage and like not give a shit and just stand there and expect the crowd to just go absolutely wappy, you know what I mean? You've got to put work in. You know what I mean? You get out of the show what you put in at the end of the day, and that's what we've always done, a lot of energy, and we still stick to that to this day, you know what I mean? And that's what it is, huh? To bring the show, energy.
Fuck yeah. So there's a question here. What do you think of Japan? That's quite a generic question, but what do you think of Japan? I know you're a fan of Japan, aren't you?
I love it, yeah. I love the culture, I love the place. It's probably my favourite place to visit in the world. I just love it sounds weird and a bit cheesy, but it's like a mashup of like mad traditional stuff and then like the future, just like fucking fusion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just mad. I love the people out there, and it's so polite and just lovely. And I've never once met a dickhead over there. You know what I mean? You can go everywhere, and there's dickheads about. But it's like I've never once met a bad person. Everyone's just so respectful and polite. The shows are wild out there as well.
Hello.
But yeah, I mean, I love a lot of things about it. I love the fashion. I love the tech. I love the way they buzz off like just cartoons and shit. You know what I mean? I grew up with that stuff, and just the culture over there, man. They're doing something right. It's clean as a whistle over there as well. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice place to go and visit. So yeah, the more we get to go there, the better.
Well, there you go. What's your favourite style of drumming at the moment, and what are your favourite tunes to jam to?
Oh, I like everything, you know what I mean? I like any kind of music. I mean, I jam to I just put my headphones on and I'll just play along to like anything, like pop music or soul or dance music or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm really buzzing off. I'm buzzing off the Arctic Monkeys record, the new one, the one that everyone thinks is really weird and shit. But for some reason, I can't stop listening to it, and it's unreal. Honestly, I think it's like it could be my favourite record they've ever done.
Yeah, I like that record. That's a good record, man.
Yeah, I'm buzzing off that one a minute. But I just jam along to anything, man. I'm not one of these people who can sit for hours on the metronome and just fucking learn like chops and shit. Like I've got to be sat behind a drum kit and I just got to, get a feel for it and that. So yeah, I don't know. I'll play along to anything. I like all sorts of music, any kind really, as long as it's not shit. I'll listen to it.
I love your honesty, man. It's so good. Right, favourite Bring Me the Horizon song to play on drums?
Favourite Bring Me song? I like the new stuff because I don't have to do much.
Brilliant.
They're all quite interesting. Nihilist Blues is interesting for that weird bit in the middle. Mantra's always good fun because it's just like a straight up rock song. You know what I mean? It's my bread and butter, that kind of music. It's fun to play, and Ludens is good as well. I have to say Ludens because it's new.
I love that record. That is a superb record.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's good. I like it.
Am I right in thinking that was recorded like in a hotel room or something?
The vocals and everything were. We had a day off in Italy, in Bologna, and I tracked the drums in a day with Dan Lancaster.
Amazing producer.
Yeah, top lad. Yeah, pretty much. We needed to write it within about 7 days, and Ollie and Jordan we were on tour, and they just got together in the hotel rooms, made like a makeshift studio, and cracked on with it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's a question here.
Yeah.
Are you responsible for writing drum parts?
In the early days, it was all me, and nowadays it's like a collective thing. Between Jordan will write the skeleton beats, and I'll sit with him, and I'll be like, "Yep, this works. Do this, change that." But it's the way we write music nowadays is it'd be weird for me to. I think it's their ideas. You know what I mean? It's it's pretty much their songs. So I think it'd be weird for me to go in and just be like, I'm not doing that. That's shit. So they'll lay down the basics, and then we'll work everything else out together. So it's more, it's a collaborative thing. But in the early days, I did it all, and that's probably why it's fucking mental. You know what I mean? Where Jordan understands music and he understands songs, whereas I just wanted to be mental for as long as I could and shit. So, team effort can't bring me.
Can't bring me. You love it.
Yeah. So, give me 2 minutes. My phone's gonna die. I'm gonna get my charger.
Okay, all right, go.
Get me some,
I'll rack up some questions.
Yeah.
What a lad. Let's have a look. Well, that's a good one. Beth Pilkington, best UK festival you've played. Surely, got to be Reading, isn't it?
I think we're cooking. Hold on.
Right. So, just found a question. Favourite UK festival that you've played?
Can you see me? I'm in a really weird spot now. I've got to plug my phone in the wall.
I can see you perfectly.
Favourite UK festival? Reading Leeds.
Do you know what? You went off and I read that question. I said, surely it's got to be Reading, isn't it? No, you are.
Sempiternal Reading. When we released Sempiternal, that could be my favourite show we've ever played. Actually, All Points East was good when we did that.
Yeah, that was a great show.
That was cool. We played for way too long and we're fucking knackered. But it was good.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see you after that, actually. Was that, because that was like a 2-hour show, right?
Yeah, it was fucking way too long. Way too long.
Was it hard work, was it?
Yeah, because I'm used to playing show at most like an hour and 20 minutes, and it was just like song after song. And I'm a lazy bastard, me. I'd rather just play for like an hour and get out of there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
no, I get it. I'm the same when I get to play. Right, so who are your drumming influences?
Oh God. I always get asked this and I never know what to say because I never really looked up to anyone. Do you know what I mean? I never really had, like I said earlier, I never really had a dream or an aspiration to be a big drummer. So I never really looked up to anyone. I mean, I liked drummers, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And then I liked bands and shit, but I never really had any heroes. I mean, I mainly buzz off bands we've toured with and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I get a lot of inspiration just from friends. I get more than like obvious answers, like although they're brilliant drummers like Travis Barker or something like that. You know what I mean? Like although I do like that, it's not like for me. I don't look up to drummers as such. I just buzz off friends, and I guess it's a weird answer, but yeah.
No, mate, that's a good answer. You always get the classic. You know, you do always get the Taylor Hawkins, the Travis Barker, all that. It's nice to hear a completely different answer.
Yeah, I mean, not taking anything away from any drummers. You know, I buzzed off actually. I've never been a fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, never bothered about them. And we played a festival in America, and I was like, I'm gonna watch these, and I watched them, and honestly, man, Chad Smith was fucking.
He's mint, isn't he?
It was fucking awesome. He just did his thing, you know what I mean? And you could tell me we were just fucking having a laugh and having a fucking wicked time. And I was like, I buzzed off that guy hard. That was cool. But yeah, I haven't really got any heroes.
Fair enough. There was one on here. Favourite snack for on the road?
Ooh, on the road snack. Probably
because a couple of the. Am I right in thinking that the rest of the guys are vegans, right?
Yes, I'm the only non-vegan vegetarian in the band. I eat whatever. I mean, on the road we'll eat a lot of vegan stuff, and so when I'm on the road, I guess it's like a vegan like a good protein bar. I can't eat them like fake meats. You know, when it's just like wheat and stuff like that. It's not good for my guts, and not good for my arse either. But,
That's excellent.
but it's like I'll eat whatever, man, as long as it's not like that.
Right. So there's a question here. Do you like being on tour, or is it exhausting?
I love it. That's all I ever want to do is go on tour. It's like sounds weird and shit and cheesy, but when you're on stage, there's nothing like it. Everything, you know, being in a band's a lot of waiting around. I think I've always said it's like you're waiting to get to a venue, then you're waiting to go on stage, then you're waiting for a flight, and you're just waiting. But then when you're on stage, you kind of just like forget everything, and you just like, this is why we do what we do. Do you know what I mean? Just for like that, however long you're playing, that hour and a half, whatever. That you just like, yeah, this is exactly why we do what we do. And no, I love it. That's the best bit about being in a band is being on stage, for sure.
Okay. Okay. So being on stage. Okay. So you said that you love Japan, but where is your most favourite place to play around the world? Like when you're on tour?
Australia is always good for us. Japan's been good, like you say, yeah. You know what? England's always wicked as well. It's like you can do like 4 or 5 shows in England and you're done. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
And we don't do it that often. So whenever we play in England, it's awesome. Like because you know with the rider and stuff, you get all like food you're familiar with, and all your friends come out and stuff like that. And I'd say England's probably my favourite place to play, man. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Most memorable moment. Now this can be either like a story or just a moment that is like lives in your brain all the time.
I've had loads of good moments, man. It's, like I said, this band's just always just gone to the next thing gradually, and everything's just been good. And I think because we've never set ourselves any plans or any, you know what I mean? We've never been disappointed. We've always just took things as they come and just enjoyed it for what it were. I think if a lot of people be like, I want to be doing this in 5 years, I want to be headlining Wembley, and I want this, and then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get that. Do you know what I mean? So I think for us, it was just like, we don't care what happens. We're just going to see what happens, and we'll just enjoy it no matter what. So there's been loads of good times. I don't know, like when we did the Royal Albert Hall, that was pretty special.
Oh, that's a great show.
Yeah, that was pretty special. And just moments like that when you just takes you back a little bit, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? It's like we just started the band, just some kids in Rotherham, you know what I mean? And it was just, like I said, out of boredom, and then we're playing with a full symphony orchestra at the Royal Albert Hall, and
well, that's not a bad question. So that Royal Albert Hall show, how did that come about, and why did you end up having like a full choir, full orchestra? Was it part of the plan for that album, or is it just something that got put to you and you thought, fuck yeah?
It was because the band always does charities or stuff for charity for Teenage Cancer Trust. Like if you ever come to a Bring Me show and you're on the guest list, say, you'll have to pay like £5 on, you know what I mean? We don't give away like free guest list spots. It's always you make a donation and everything goes to Teenage Cancer Trust. And then it got put to us like, would you be interested in doing a special show for them? And we were like, because we've always wanted to play with an orchestra and do something like grand like that. The first thing we thought of is doing that, and they do most of their shows at Royal Albert Hall, so it was like a no-brainer. So yeah, it was all for charity. It was for Teenage Cancer Trust.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very, very commendable. There was a question that just came up. Ah, right, there you go. Whose idea was it to do the free phone call, that weird thing that came out before Mantra? Because even I phoned that, and I must have phoned it about 20 times, thinking, is this real? What am I listening to here?
It was Ollie's idea anyway. I mean, he's his brain's on another level. He's just like, he's some reason, you know what I mean? He's a maniac. He's a little bit of a genius when it comes to things like that. You know what I mean? Everything the band's ever done really has been always brain, like videos, to artwork, to stage design and stuff like that. And it's mostly just always been mental. But Jordan could change the recording. All he had to do was go online and he just swapped the audio from the phone. That's why it changed up a lot, and we swapped it around and we put things in like Morse code and we slowed bits of songs down. And it was just to get people guessing, and they did. You know, people are clever these days, and they worked it all out. But no, it was cool, man. It worked. But yeah,
yes, it did. Well, I mean, I phoned it. My boy phoned it. It was crazy, but it was so good, man. It was one of those things that, mate, it's like an episode of Friends. It had everyone talking. Do you know what I mean? It was so good. Well, all right, not Friends then. A decent program. Yeah, or them down bloody farm, lad. Yeah. Right, so we better talk about him because he's only going to moan if we don't. Who's the best drum tech in the world?
Andrew Clements. He's my hero. Is he with you or something? Huh? Is he with you or something?
No, he's not. No, he's. I think he was talking about coming on here somewhere, and I said we'd have a quick chat about him. So, with regards to Andy and just having a drum tech in general,
yeah,
how easy does that make your life?
He's the best person in my life.
So I assume Chloe's not there then.
Oh, she's cleaning the fridge out. She's isolating over there. And he's mental. It's like he's Batman and I'm Robin.
Really?
You know what I mean? Without him, I would be absolutely useless. I mean, I haven't tuned a drum in about 10 years. If you could put a drum in front of me and say tune this, and I'd just go nah. And he's honestly, I couldn't think if I didn't have him. As mad as it sounds, and I don't want to kiss his ass too much, but he is a thoroughly nice guy. I love him. I love his company. I love everything he does for me. He's the best. He's the best.
He is the one. He is the one. He's he's one of those guys. He is the most genuinely nice guy who would do absolutely anything for you.
Yeah, he must ask me how I'm doing at least 18 times in about 5 minutes. Like, how are you, mate? You all right? And I'm like, yeah, sound. But never get tired of hearing it, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. And he just sounds, he'll do anything for you, and he knows I'd do anything for him as well. That's the thing. I think that's what makes me and him tick so well. Is we're mates, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. So, okay, so what's your pre-show routine? Like, obviously, I know that you do a little thing backstage with Andy on his tech box. What's your, how do you prepare? Like maybe an hour before you go on stage. What's your
hour before we go on? That's when you start to think, right, I need to start getting in gig mode. Put some music on, usually like some shit dance music, and just get everyone pumped a little bit. I'll stretch. I have to stretch nowadays because I'm 34. And
my heart bleeds.
Yeah, but I'll stretch my legs, stretch my arms, my wrist, my back, everything. If I can stretch it, I'll stretch it. And then I'll just sit down and I'll just play. I've got like a little warm-up kit, and I've got some low-volume cymbals, and I'll just like I do when I'm at home, just jam along to stuff. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that's it really. Then someone will come and grab me, and then I'll go over. Andy will put my in-ears in for me, and then I'll just mess about on a little pad at his station, and then I'm on stage. Yeah, so it's nothing mental. I don't pray or any shit like that. You know what I mean?
And what's that? How do you feel? What's that moment? That moment before you walk out onto that stage? How do you feel?
Nervous, I think.
Do you still?
100%. I think it takes like a solid 3 songs to settle into a gig.
No.
And all I'm thinking through them first 3 songs is don't fuck up. You know what I mean? Just play good, play solidly. That's all you want, really. I just want to be good when you play live. You know what I mean? So I think for the first 3 songs, I just shit my pants not to fuck up. And if I do fuck up, and then it's just like it throws the whole gig for me, then I'm like super concentrating. And the more I concentrate, the more I fuck up. You know what I mean? So it's like if I can get the songs out of the way, playing relatively well, then it's a breeze. You know what I mean? It's a dog.
It keeps cutting off. Right. Let's see. We have one more. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do then. The last thing. Now, all of these have been ending with a story from the road. Something, something that's happened, or some crazy sort of story. You must have one.
Oh, fucking hell, man. I have, but I can't tell them. You know what I mean? There's one more springs to mind, but I can't tell it. It's quite mental.
Come on, give it to us.
I can't. Let me think. You're putting me on the spot now. I don't want to get anyone into trouble. I can't think. There's loads, man. There's loads of shit. Especially when we were young. You know what I mean? We just didn't give a fuck, and we were just having a laugh, and we'd do a load of stuff. And I remember we went to a party. Well, we were staying in a hostel, and we had a bunch of people around in our room. I used to room share with Ollie, just me, because me and him were terrors together. And we had a bunch of people around, and we got around to kicking these people out. I shouldn't be telling you this story. Got around to kicking these people out, and someone left their handbag, and they called us up and went, "Oh, we've left our handbag. Can we come and get it?" And we were just like young, like 19-year-old, having a laugh, and we were like, "Yeah, sure, come and get it." And I'm not going to say who, but one of us did a shit in it and gave it back. And then and she left, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I remember it just like rolling on the floor crying, because you can just imagine she reaches in a bag like,
oh god,
the next day to go like get on a bus or something, and she's like feeling around and she gets this turd. But that's a good story.
But I mean, you like you say, you're young, and like when you do the things that you guys did when you're that young, you kind of you go a bit wild. You got to, haven't you?
Hey, just growing up in doing this was just weird, man. You know what I mean? It's all we know from leaving school, but really is being in a band, and we were just having fun, and everyone has fun, We look on back like things like that, and I wouldn't dream of doing anything like that nowadays. You know what I mean? But when you're a kid, you're just a fucking kid, and you're having a laugh, and that's all we did. We just had fun, and yeah, we're like the opposite now. We're completely opposite. We like chilling, and once the show's done, we're back on the bus. I take slippers with me and pajamas and shit, and we're watching a movie and we're playing Nintendo Switch. But whereas back in the day, it was just like drink all day, drink all night, wake up, do it again. But now it's completely different, like we're in our 30s, got kids, married, and we're a lot more conscious about putting on a good show rather than being pissed. You know what I mean? So but yeah, back in the day we did some foul shit.
Brilliant. Well, listen, man, I'll let you go because I know you probably got stuff on. But
I'm gonna go and finish. What do you call it? I've got one of them pressure washers. I've got to go and blast all shit out of me grouting. So I'm gonna crack on isolating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do it, man.
Life, have a couple of ginger beers and just chill out.
Good lad. Well, listen, man, I really, really appreciate you coming on and doing this, man. Like I said, I know you're busy doing your pressure washing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So right, no, I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I appreciate everything you do for me, everything Tama does for me, and everyone else who is kind enough to let me play their stuff for free. So
it's all done out of love, brother.
What I do want is I want one of them new, not the new Iron Cobra, what do you call it, the Dynasync.
The Dynasync.
That's the one. I want one of them. So send me one of them.
Okay. I love it. Do you know what? Obviously, a lot of our stuff's shut down because of coronavirus, but see, this is how good it is, people. I will get one in the post to you tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Do you want a double or single?
Always double, mate. Always double.
It's going to cost me more. Okay.
You
Yeah, I'll get one in the post.
don't want to see what I'm playing right now, Ian. You don't want to see what I've got.
No, I don't want to see what you got because I know what it is,
Yeah.
and I don't want to see it. Don't you put that on this camera?
Yeah,
I'll get one out to you tomorrow, man.
All right, thank you.
Will
You don't
do.
have to, really.
I will do. Of course, I will.
Any time in the next week or two.
All right.
Yeah.
It'll be with you Thursday.
All right, mate. Thanks.
All right, partner.
Cheers. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, man.
Cheers for people for watching and all that shit.
Yeah, thanks to everyone, and thanks to Matt for joining us. I really appreciate it.
No problem. See you later.
Take care, dude.
Bye-bye.
Bye.